In the last lesson, we were talking about what political geography is, and we started that discussion by trying to define what it means for something to be political. So let's put our definition of politics, the methods of group decision-making, with our understanding of geography in order to come up with something that political geography is about. So if we start to combine the terms literally, we must be talking about writing or describing the ways that groups make decisions across the earth. Generally speaking, that's probably true, but I would like to provide a bit more of a nuanced understanding of what political geography encompasses. Political geography is specifically concerned with the influence of space, spatial relationships, and place on group decisions. For instance, if you're part of the population of Ukraine, will your proximity to Russia influence the decisions that your group makes? Probably so. If you're from the United States, will the fact that you're separated from both Asia and Europe by oceans influence the group's decisions? Probably so. If it does, how does it influence these groups' decisions? These are all questions about political geography. Notably, political geography can also study the converse, the geographic effects of group decisions. It happens to be the case that certain spaces and places can be created by group decisions. If this is your first encounter with political geography, that may sound a bit strange, but it shouldn't. There are examples all around you. In the United States, I think about the Native American Indian reservations as a classic example of this. Those are very specific places, and they were created by group decision-making. Group decisions for war may create refugees, which create dramatic problems for neighboring states. Spaces to which refugees go for safety can be very important locations. There may also be geographic effects of these decisions that were not intended. For example, geographers might study how, as the result of the passage of some law or some zoning ordinance that our city or town passed, as a result, there was more segregation in the area. Maybe racial, perhaps income, maybe social class. Maybe it was the reverse. Maybe the area became much more integrated. Laws might be passed to ban certain activities, but that might actually only succeed in moving that activity from one location and concentrating it in another location where people are still able to participate and want to participate in that activity. Political geography itself encompasses several different subdisciplines. Probably in the United States, people may most closely associate all of political geography with elections. There are political geographers who study elections, and they're specifically known as electoral geographers. If you're interested in how people in the United States make group decisions, geography is an essential part of that. The way that people in the United States elect congressional representatives, whether to the House of Representatives or to the Senate, is highly geographic. Senators are elected from individual states, which have well-defined territory, and the representatives of the House of Representatives specifically represent the people within geographically defined districts. You've probably heard about issues of redistricting and of the potential manipulation of the shapes of these districts, often called gerrymandering, to ensure the election of one candidate or another. So geography plays a major role in the way the United States makes its group decisions. Also, when you think about political geography, people frequently think about the red and blue election maps in the United States that are shown every 4 years during the presidential election cycles, where every state is colored red or blue depending on whether the majority of its people voted for the Republican or the Democratic candidate, respectively. And indeed, all of that is studied within electoral geography, and it is a huge subdiscipline within political geography. Another major subdivision of political geography is geopolitics. It studies the way that groups make decisions at a global scale. The countries of the world are not islands unto themselves. There are decisions that the entire world must make, or at least large sections of the world. The way that these groups come together and make decisions and the role that geography plays in those decisions is all studied in the field of geopolitics.